Welcome, everyone. Please rise as the Spokane Fire Department Honor Guard marches with the posting of the colors. Please have a seat. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Rex Strickland. I'm a Deputy Fire Chief for the City of Spokane, and I'm the Director of Training. I'm also your Master of Ceremonies today, and on the behalf of the City of Spokane and the Spokane Fire Department, I'd like to welcome you to the Fire Training Center. Before we begin, a couple housekeeping items. In event of an emergency and there's a need to evacuate, exit doors can be found at both sides, and the exits can be on behind us as well as where you came in on either side of the building. Restrooms are to the right, and masks are required at all time with exception to photography. This graduation ceremony is being broadcast on Facebook and will be recorded. A link will be provided to the probationary firefighters at the conclusion of this event. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce a couple of our guests and chief staff. Spokane County Fire District 3 Commissioner Sharon Colby. Thank you. Spokane Fire Chief Brian Shafer. Spokane County Fire District 3 Fire Chief Cody Rohrback. Spokane County Fire District 3 Division Chief Brian Power. SFD Captain John Stevens. Spokane Fire Department Lieutenant Nathan Rogers. Lieutenant Josh Spelling. Lieutenant Will Baldwin. And Fire Equipment Operator Eric Swap. To all our family and friends, thank you for being here on such a special day. Also, if you're a current, retired, former firefighter, police officer, or served our country, please stand to be acknowledged. Thank you very much. So first, I want to thank the families of our recruits. I know it's been a grueling 6 weeks, or 16 weeks, and that's right. And shift work is going to serve as some relief, but the work's not over. Probation's another 9 months, and it's a significant investment at home in the books to ensure that they pass, to win the prize of the best job in the whole world. We've talked about that quite a bit. You know, when they go to work, that's the time to train, and when they come home, that's the time to study. And so it's not over yet. There's still a lot to do, and you know, they know that, and they know the investment that still needs to be made. So, you know, welcome to our fire service family. I promise it's worth it. I don't use the word family lightly. There's been over 30 years of, you know, deep friendships that have been made between not only the folks that I've worked with, but our families and wives and kids that have really forged deep bonds. So the journey for Recruit Class 22-1 has been long for some. Our recruits come from all sorts of backgrounds, professions, journeys to get to this point. Some have been groomed since little kids with storied tale, rich in fire service tradition, rooted in generations 2 and 3 deep. Others have tried other professions only to get to know someone, a firefighter who gleaned a passion so undeniable that they had to get to have some of that too. I got to sit through their interviews and listen to their reasons why we needed to pick them and to watch them forge their edge little by little, day by day. This class, 22-1, seemed to be more of an investment for me. Not that any other class was less important, but this garnered my time, my curiosity, and the need to ensure that we, in fact, were doing our fellow members and the community right by who we chose and how we trained them. 22-1 worked hard. This recruit school is a rep-intensive academy. We don't check boxes here. We require, we mandate physically and mentally capable firefighters willing to serve our community on their worst day, and it's not easy work. They survived a recruit school where everyone didn't pass. We let some folks go, and they should be extremely proud of being here today, and I know that we are. So with that, I'd like to thank our friends and family, and of course, congratulate Recruit School 22-1 on a job well done. With that, I'd like to introduce Fire Chief Brian Shafer.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for being here. Much like Chief Strickland mentioned, this is a very proud moment. He talked a lot, at least what I heard and what I felt coming from Chief Strickland, his message, talks a lot about raising the bar. This is not a checkbox academy. I have never, the class worked hard, but I've never seen a better group of cadre of instructors than I have in this class. They truly raise the bar far above what anybody else has. And that's something that I hope that all of you recognize, and we're very proud to be colleagues of yours, and thank you for everything, instructors, that you did for us. That was well done. I appreciate that. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, and I was trying in the back of the room earlier to count how many academies that I've had the privilege of being a part of handing a badge, the signification of academy to probationary firefighter, and it's been well over 10 in my tenure as fire chief. And it's one of the best things that we can do. And one of the most important things as fire chief is selecting the future. There's one of the candidates here that I've known his grandfather, I've known his father, I've looked up to both of them, and now I get the opportunity to look up to his son as they continue in the profession. It's something to be very proud of. But one thing that stinks about it is you run out of stuff to say. I mean, it's really easy just to cut and paste from last year's 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 academies that we graduate. But I was on a plane yesterday, and those of you that know me know that I really am a vivacious reader, and I caught something, and I modified a poem from Maya Angelou. If anybody's familiar, American author, passed away in 2014, very supportive and very in front of the civil rights, in front of social justice. And she wrote a poem called My Wish for You. And I think I've taken some artistic liberty with her poem because I think it encapsulates what I really would like to say today. So my wish for you is that you continue to be who you are and who you were meant to be, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of a tender heart. Continue in a society dark with cruelty to let people hear the grandeur of your spirit and the peals of laughter while you serve. Continue to let your eloquence elevate the people to heights that had only been imagined. Continue to remind people that each is as good as the other, and that no one is beneath nor above you. Continue to proudly serve in the Spokane Fire Department where honor, commitment, duty, and trust were constructed for you before you even had a name. Continue, and by doing so, you and your work will be able to continue eternally. So thank you, class of 2022-1, and welcome to the fire service family.
Right. Chief Rohrbeck, welcome, Fire District 3.
That's better, I can see now. Great to see everyone. And we did not coordinate our messages tonight, but you'll see a theme here. And, you know, just like Chief Shafer, when I thought to myself, you know, what am I going to say? Because it's not that I don't have anything to say, it's that you say the same thing over and over. And the more I thought about that, the more I thought, well, if you're talking in terms of intent and leaders' intent, it probably shouldn't change over time. You know, we need to continue to adapt and evolve as we progress, but there's some things that stay the same. But I do try to be original in my messages, and I try to go with the moment to the extent possible, but haven't given a lot of thought to the theme. And Chief Shafer already did a great job, but I wanted to speak on behalf of Fire District 3 and give a big thank you to Spokane Fire Department for letting us participate, and particularly to the cadre for letting us be a part of this. For folks out in the audience, for the families, Spokane County Fire District 3 has 2 people up here. You probably can't spot them unless maybe you could see the logo, and that's the point. So really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Big thank you to the cadre. How about another applause? So sincere thank you for your time and commitment. We really appreciate that. And then also, how about a thank you to the family, friends, and loved ones that have given of themselves. What was that, Rex? Was it six weeks? How about a big applause for the family, friends, and loved ones? Thank you. You know, I was thinking it's more like 6 days. Weren't we just sitting next door last week? You know, I think some days it's going to feel like a day for you, and then there's going to be other days that feel like an eternity. But I know, I will tell you, sensitive mic, that it goes fast. It goes really fast. Consistent with trying to find something original to say today, I had the great pleasure of meeting one of the graduates' parents, both parents tonight, and one of them happened to be retired law enforcement out of California, and it was right on target with what I wanted to speak to tonight. It was really encouraging because he talked about the bonds and friendship and partnership that they had between law enforcement and fire in California, and he hopes that it's that strong up here, and certainly a good amount of giving each other a hard time. You know, he promised that they'd continue to park in the wrong place for us, and I said, yeah, and you mark the edge of the hot zone for us occasionally as well. But those types of joking and partnerships are really what I wanted to speak to tonight, because I want to talk about our mission, which I know a lot of you have heard me say this before, but it's truly blind to borders. That's why we're here with City of Spokane, training together, working together, and I hope that each of you will carry that mission going forward, because the world needs you. The world needs you now more than it's ever needed you, with the global pandemics, wars, rumors of wars, inflation, polarization, all these things that we're seeing out there. And you may go, wow, that's kind of intimidating coming into the service right now. And I go, well, that's actually an incredible opportunity that each of you have been given to stand in the gap and fill that need, because this is kind of your official moment. Welcome to the fire service, with a big emphasis on the word service there, and what an opportunity that we have right now to serve with everything going on in the world. And the fire service has a proud tradition of rising up and meeting that challenge. And when they say, whom shall I send? I hope that each of you say, here I am, send me. And I hope that each of you continue to build our partnerships into the future, because our mission truly is blind to borders. It's blind to jurisdictional boundaries. It's blind to agencies. It's fire. It's law enforcement. It's all those folks that are out there serving. And so I would like to officially congratulate you, welcome you to the fire service, and I hope that this afternoon that you'll take time with family, friends, and loved ones to appreciate what you've accomplished. Congrats.
So we have an amazing team of teams here. From our staff and cadre that come and help us full time, and folks that come from the operation side of the house to help, folks from operations that come on fire trucks and help us teach, and from other organizations, but internally with our office manager, and for the next segment, Dean Piercy is our video professional, and he has done an incredible video, and I'm sure you guys have got to see the intermittent videos that he has made over the course of the 5 weeks that these guys have been in recruit school. So here's a culmination of the 3 weeks of recruit school, all wrapped up into one. Dean, go ahead and hit it.
a seat.
Definitely a big day, something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
They're the ones that are going to be counting on you to make that search, to go down that hallway, to make a grab. When they call Mayday, for you to be able to pull them out. So a lot of expectations happening. It's our job to prepare you for that.
They need to understand what we expect of them and how we're going to try and prepare them for their career with the fire service and specifically Spokane Fire Department.
It's a dream to work for the Spokane Fire Department, and so I hope they all appreciate that because it's a big day for them. It's been good. First week is a little nerve-wracking. Meeting everyone is really exciting. Trying to get a feel for the class. It's kind of been a lot of paperwork and a lot of sitting, so it's good. Getting turnouts now, end of the week, and learning stuff.
Get that arm out of there. There it is. Now you can help yourself. All day. See what I'm talking about? You got that. No problem.
There you go. Move in. Put that on your hip, not on your leg.
Okay, go. There it is. There it is. Go, 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 Brian, go.
We're going to try and put out one of the best academies that we've had.
This might be probably the hardest academy we put on in a couple of years, I would imagine. We got a lot of stuff planned, so it should be pretty hard for them.
We are a group of instructors that are going to rely a lot more on hands-on learning, which we feel as adult learners is the way we learn best. We're going to get dirty, we're going to work hard, and hopefully turn out one of the best classes.
The last 2 weeks have been live fire. Weeks 5 and 6. Last week we were at our training center in Spokane. We were able to do a lot of MCOs, incorporate live fire. Everybody loves the live fire week.
Primary search for number 2.
That fire was good. Get out of the classroom, practicing skills a little bit. The weeks 4 and 3, and this week we get to put it all together.
Been waiting 5 weeks to do it, so I'm pretty excited to be in there, feel the heat.
I really worked them hard. We had live fire on Monday and Wednesday. Did a lot of multi-company evolutions. This week we're out here at District 3 Cheney, Station 31. They've been awesome hosts. It's a different facility and we have some stuff out here that we're not able to do in town at our facility. We've got a car fire prop. They've got a flammable liquids prop. Different burn tower setup that's made out of Connex boxes, but it really gives us opportunity to expose them to some different scenarios, different buildings. They, you know, after we work in our tower for so long, they start to get to kind of know that tower. Of course, with the city, 85% of our calls are medical, but the fire's the cake, and like we just love to eat the cake. So being able to come out here in the weeks 5 and 6, being able to burn a lot, get into that, just that's what they're gonna do when they hit the streets and go to the stations. That's what their job title is, firefighters. So just getting back to the basics and really getting to what we do. Forcing doors, stretching leads, fire attack, search, ventilation, just those different tactics that we utilize on a daily basis on our fires.
So you want to stay low because all the heat and smoke's rushing above you, and you want to come over, and you also want to get your shoulder into the corner of the windowsill. You're bailing out, and then you're just hanging.
So this week we were able to do Bailout Training on the first day, which is a self-rescue device that we utilize here at Spokane City Fire. We all carried in our turnouts, but it'll allow us in an emergency situation to bail out a window.
Rappelling was a lot of fun. So we rappelled off the 5th story, and so that was a lot of our first times putting on an actual harness and going on a belay system and working with that. So for a few of us, it was our first time doing it. Kind of leaning back over the edge is a little bit intimidating.
Stress inoculation course today was a lot. We started off just right in the truck. They got the lights, sirens going. They were blasting rock music for me. Got back, forced a door, ran up some stairs, searched, and then fell through a floor.
We put them into a very stressful situation and then get them to realize that they need to calm down, they need to gather themselves and figure a way out.
Making my way towards Alpha.
We had to figure out how to control our breathing and problem solve under stressful situations. But it was fun. I think that everybody has had their own struggles with it, their own successes with it, and we've all been able to learn a lot.
We deal with some very stressful situations quite often, and we want them to recognize that scientifically it's been proven that as your heart rate increases, certain cognitive functions cease to function. You lose fine motor skills as your heart rate goes up. You lose your senses, such as hearing.
I was just definitely relying on the training and knowing what the next steps are and following those procedures and trying not to panic and trying to keep your breathing under control.
We get them very tired. We get them low on air, so they're already pushing the limits of what they can do physically, and that's when we really introduce the stress to them. And then get them to realize that they need to calm down, they need to gather themselves and figure a way out. And it really, hopefully, in the long run, will help save somebody's life down the road when they get into that stressful situation, and they can recognize it and then deal with it appropriately.
It feels really good to be coming down to it and be able to see the growth individually and as a unit.
You know, when we walk in here, you know, you have a bunch of different people from all kinds of backgrounds, and they don't really know each other. And then kind of in the middle, we all kind of figure out this is sort of just one team, one fight.
You know, I think I've grown physically, tough PT workouts in the morning. One thing that instructors emphasize at the beginning is that a lot of the work we'd be doing here would be outside on the drill grounds, which I think we all benefit a lot more than the classroom stuff. So getting out, you know, pulling hose, throwing ladders repeatedly for hours, I was able to hone my skills in a little bit.
Been a lot of hard work, and we're ready to actually put that work to use. we've really come together as a good team and lifted each other up, so it feels good.
But still, at the same time, like nervous. Now it's like the real work is going to start.
We're ready to start the next chapter. It has been crazy long. I have 2 little ones at home, so it's been a challenge with just home life and finding time to study and working hard and being sore most of the time.
My wife and I just had a newborn, so balancing the family life aspect and the high demands here at the Academy has been quite a challenge. So it's really nice to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And
relationships that I've formed and the people that I've had the pleasure to work with has been awesome. Really enjoy working with these guys and gals, and it's been awesome being a part of the Academy.
This is the real deal now.
We've been through so much material and we've all grown so much as a class.
Now it's like the real work is going to start, being on the streets. Kind of feels like the Academy, you earn the right to prove yourself to the guys. So hopefully we just keep the work up, show them why we have the opportunity to be here.
Dean is amazing. He's back in the control room, and that video is, and we're just blessed to have Dean here to make videos like that. And you know, just another round of applause for Dean Piercy. Thank you, Dean. And you know, that's just a glimpse of the work that these folks and our instructors have been doing over the course of a week and a half here in recruit school, and it really is. It's hard, brutal work, and it's the type of work that's needed for the next 30 years of what they're going to be doing. It's not easy work when they wake up 2 in the morning and we have a whole family trapped in a house that's on fire. We don't get second chances. We don't get other opportunities. We have to get in there and we have to get after it. And so our instructors are committed to making sure that they're trained and they're trained well. And moreover, our recruits met that challenge every single day. They gave it every single day, and I just can't say enough about how proud I am on both sides of both the recruits and the cadre for what they put in to this effort. So thank you. Thank you. All right. So next up, we've got a couple of awards to pass out, and this award is the class valedictorian, and it's going to be presented by Lieutenant Will Baldwin.
Thanks, Dean. I'll try and keep it short. We got cake out in the hall for afterwards. 16 weeks ago, Recruit Class 2022-1 began one of the hardest tasks that they may have taken on. A career in the fire service, and better yet, a career with Spokane Fire Department or Spokane County Fire District 3. A career with Spokane Fire Department or in the fire service in general allows each of them to serve their community, visitors, and their brothers and sisters in the fire service while working in the best career field there is. To do this, they had to show drive. They had to work harder than many have ever worked before. dedicate themselves to the process of learning and repeating skills and information until it was second nature, and sacrifice time I'm sure they would have rather spent recreating, relaxing, or spending with family. And for each recruit up here, this is only the beginning. I've always looked at the fire service as a career in which you are continually learning. Call it a life, career, and college education. If there comes a time you believe there's nothing more to learn, it's time to move on. Those of you living in the same household have experienced this work ethic and dedication firsthand. But as a little bit of perspective, this is some of the information that the recruits had to learn. Fire Essential 7, class favorite, hazmat, and their binder, which they'll be tested on. They had to learn all that information in addition to all the skills and information that we threw at them over the last 16 weeks. Weekly, they were tested, and the minimum passing score was an 80%. One recruit outperformed his peers, though only by 0.75%. Sorry, Colin. And so it is my pleasure to present the award for valedictorian of Recruit Class 2022-1 to Corey Erickson.
Best job in the whole world. Take jabs right here on the stage. All right. Next award. It's the most inspirational recruit as determined by peers. It's going to be given by Lieutenant Josh Spellman.
Welcome. First, I'd like to thank everybody in this room. Like it's been stated multiple times before, these people up here couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't do it without them. So, thank you very much. This group of recruits, well, it seems like years ago, they showed up all dressed up with 3 inches of snow on the ground, huddled together near their cars with no jackets in sight. As I drove by, I remember thinking, we may have a solid group here. As the weeks went on and the training days got longer and more physically demanding, we were able to catch glimpses of who this group was as individuals. We witnessed breaking points, highs, lows, and everything in between. While we spent a week in Cheney with our District 3 friends, I remember standing back as a cadre and watching this group in full exhaustion, hurting, and very over being on the floor searching. Our conversations was, do we keep going and push them a little more, or do we call it now? We decided, of course, to keep going. Give them a little test. And they passed with flying colors and no skin on their knees. I couldn't have been more proud. As the weeks went on, the individuals began to disappear, and the team presented itself. They began working as one, scheming all the time, and would often say, there's no cheating in firefighting. The group you see here today is a team, in every sense of the word, and a team I'm extremely proud of, and I'm extremely proud that I've been able to serve you over the last 16 weeks. In some ways, I feel like I needed you guys more than you needed me. Going forward, don't forget about this team. The next 8+ months are grueling at best. It's a team member sitting next to you and the loved ones here today and at home that'll get you through the similar highs and lows. Lean on each other, you'll need it. If you have a bad rep pulling hose or a bad ladder throw, just remember what I always tell you. Just do better. I have no doubts in my mind that you will all succeed and soon be leaders in your departments. I personally cannot wait to watch you grow and hopefully continue to help mold you into some of the greatest the department's ever seen. So congratulations. Now, on to the award for the most inspirational. This award was chosen by their peers, fellow classmates. This recipient of this award is quiet most of the time, but comes alive at all the right times. He's an extremely hard worker that I have seen get pushed to his max and become much stronger for it. He's one that would take a fall for anyone, and at the same time be giving you the shirt off his back if you're in need. Through getting hit hard with COVID, adding another member to your family during the academy, and now having to get smaller clothes sizes and everything, there's nothing this guy can't do. He's an inspiration to us all. The award for most inspirational goes to Brian Barbero.
Congratulations. All right. Next award, John Knighton Award for Top Recruit, selected by the training cadre. That's going to be presented by FEO SWAP.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Chief. I'm here to present the award for the John Knighton Award, which goes to the top recruit of the Academy class. So we're going to throw a little video back. Dean, if you could pull that up for me, please. This is a video from when John Knighton got this award, the first top recruit award in 1994.
It's my pleasure next to be able to present the award for the top recruit. Like Larry said, we've got 14 quality people here, and this was not an easy decision. In fact, the decision was not made until last Friday. Let me give you a little input as to how we came to this decision. It's not necessarily the most academically acclaimed person in a class. However, this person was near the top. And it's not always necessarily the person that's the fastest or can do the most push-ups. However, this person was always near the top. And it's not necessarily the person with the greatest attitude. However, this person, I can assure you, was always at the top. Additionally, he was probably one of the most coachable, the most willing, and probably one of the friendliest people I've had the opportunity to work with. He always took everything that we said and was able to reproduce that on the drill ground or in the classroom. He always did it willingly, he always did it with a smile on his face, and he was always the first one to help other people. He's going to be a great firefighter, great firefighter. What I told him in his eval yesterday was, there's no doubt in my mind that if I were to stay on the job long enough, I'd be working for him someday. And I know that to be a fact, and that's John Knighton from the Spokane Fire Department.
So today, I'm going to present the John Knighton Award. This award used to be named the Top Recruit Award, but was renamed in honor of FEO John Knighton after he lost his battle with cancer. FEO Knighton, won the first Top Recruit Award in 1994, as you guys saw in that video, and set the bar that all future recruits would have to meet to earn this award. The recruit that earns this award has to embody three things. They have to be smart, to be in the top 3 of the class academically. They have to be a high performer. They have to be able to demonstrate a high level of skill in fireground tasks. And lastly, they need to have a good head on their shoulders. They must show that they are a leader in their class, have good judgment, but also be funny and not take themselves so seriously like John did. This class's recipient demonstrated all those traits. And let me be clear, This award is not given out every class. There's a plaque inside the cabinet out in the hallway, and there's some years missing on that plaque. This is only given out when the training cadre witnesses in a recruit the outstanding traits that FEO Knighton had. We were very lucky to have a number of recruits in this class that could have won this award. There are some really good firefighters in this group. You guys should be very proud of your kids. But the winner of this year's John Knighton Award for Class 22-1 is Will Powers. Come on up.
All right, we got a year of firsts. So this year is the first year of the Training Chiefs Award. And this is a distinguished award. I hope that it carries on. And, you know, when I thought about this particular award, as I mentioned, been involved in the interviews and involved in almost daily, basically barging into their classrooms and walking out on their training grounds and really just trying to get a feel for the investment that we as a department have made in them, to make sure that they're going to be worthwhile. And so I take this award really seriously. And so this award goes to someone that has made a significant impact to me. And has made a difference in my life and my future. I don't know what's so funny. And so when we went to get this award, those awards are pretty fancy, but this one's really fancy. We had to get a sponsor. The sponsor's Premier, Blue Cross Blue Shield. And for those that don't know, Wednesday I'm having my 3rd hip surgery. And I get to thank one of our recruits for that, Peyton Moss. And so he gets the first Training Chiefs Award. So during one of those videos you guys got to watch during stress inoculation, he did everything he's supposed to do and basically threw me off one of those chicken wire props, and so I get to go have a 3rd surgery. And so I want to come on up, Peyton. So, you know, this is the best job in the whole world. And, you know, what I love about it is we get to have fun almost every day we come to work. And some days are not so fun, and some of the calls that we go to, you know, aren't fun for the people that we go to serve, right? But we get to have fun at work, and we get to poke fun at each other. And, you know, the irony of that particular award is that scale vertebrae there was given to me as a gag gift when I got promoted to lieutenant, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, for a whole different other reason. So I get to pass that along. And so the thing that I love about this job is not only the family that we get to instill with each other, but the constant laughter that we get to have amongst ourselves, the joking and the ribbing. And these clowns up here had me just laughing the entire time. And so, this often is a very serious ceremony, but I'm glad we get to have fun with it. So moving on. Next up are Instructor Awards, and this piece is serious. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we have some full-timers here, and those guys give all-in effort every single day they come to work. It's brutal. We're understaffed, and they do like 8 jobs every single day, and hand grenades come in early and often. But our instructor cadre came in from operations. They volunteered to come and teach the recruits. And for those that don't know, they work shift work. They work 24 hours on and 72 hours off. That's a pretty awesome schedule. And it's an important schedule because a lot of times they don't sleep during that 24 hours. But that's an awesome schedule. And so to come on to day work is not something that most people like to do. But they did it. And not only did they just do that and they volunteered for that, but they worked hard every single day. They came in 2 weeks beforehand, and they gutted the field house and they cleaned it up. They made props. They worked insanely hard to make sure that your recruits were going to be safe, effective, efficient firefighters. They didn't just come and do a job. They came and did an excellent job. Blood, sweat, and tears. I just can't say enough about how much I appreciate the work that they did. I just can't say enough about that. And so I want to present a couple awards to our instructors. So our full-time lead for the instructors is Lieutenant Rogers. Come on up. Lieutenant Spellman from Operations, Lieutenant Baldwin and FEO Swap. Hey, come on up. You gotta do a photo op.
You get in the middle. You get in the middle. Where's the family? Where's the family? I gotta do it. Andy used to give me all the time.
All right. Next up. Do we have families? Your families here? Can we have the families of the instructors stand up, please? We appreciate you. Yeah. I'll stand up. Yeah. That in itself is a really big deal. That commitment as a family to take on this endeavor is a really big deal. It's one thing to do it as a recruit, but it's a whole other thing to make this decision in the middle of your tenure. So thank you. I'm going to steal them again one day. All right, moving on. Introduction of the class speaker. Jace, come on up.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm recruit Jace Paskulik. perm number 1421. And for those of you that don't know what that means I scored the lowest out of all these recruits on my PST test before we got this job. And for some reason, they decided I would be the best one to write a speech and give it today. So, you know, some people's kids. I don't know. Let me start off by mentioning a few things that were really instilled in us throughout the academy. And that is conditions drive tactics and situational awareness. So I'd like to repeat kind of what Chief touched on. Our emergency exits are right here and there, just in case conditions deteriorate rather quickly and you need to escape. So welcome everyone, and thank you all so much for being here. I think you all know what this day means to us. This is a big deal to us. We've worked really hard to get here, and we appreciate you being here and sharing it with our loved ones, you all. We all know this has not been easy for our families and our friends, and there's been a lot of sacrifices made along the way, as well as a lot of support. And without that support of our family and friends, this would have been so much more difficult of a task and accomplishment. So thank you. Thank you for putting up with the schedule, the constant need to study when we're home, the worries, the gripes, the concerns, lack of energy once we're home, and really just everything the past 5 weeks has thrown your way. I mean, as you saw and heard, Barbero and his wife brought in a beautiful baby girl, added to their already family of 3. Mallory has kids of her own, family of her own. Brady has baby girl as well. So thank you all for putting up with us and being there to support us along the way, and the significant others, really. On a personal level, I would like to thank you all for sharing your family with me. It was 18 weeks ago. I moved up here from San Diego and left my family, friends back in San Diego. So I can say, standing up here today, I've made 17 brothers and 1 sister, and really extended my family. And your loss has really been my gain. So thank you, and thank you for the Cadres family as well, for kind of putting them on loan to us, because it's been great. Speaking of the cadre, we really couldn't have asked for a better cadre, and we appreciate everything you all put into this, and us. Not only do I have my brothers and sisters, but we have our Uncle Baldwin. He's the type of uncle you only see at family events when the cake comes out, because he loves to eat his cake. Then we have our crazy cousin, FEO Swap. He's the type of guy that'll buy you cigarettes on the way to volunteer at a church event. And then, yeah, Lieutenant Spellman. But anyways, Lieutenant Spellman, he's the most skookum man around. I'm 30 years old, and it took me 6 weeks to finally look up what skookum meant, because I never knew what he meant by it. I inferred, but I looked it up, and it described Lieutenant Spellman. He was definitely that father figure for us that we tried so hard not to disappoint and make smile each day, so thank you. It was 16 long weeks ago. We all showed up full of excitement and nervousness, knowing we were exactly where we should be and wanted to be, but knowing that we also had a very challenging road ahead of us. For me, a guy that just moved up from sunny San Diego, that first challenge was stepping out of my car onto ice and snow in single-digit temperatures, wearing what we're wearing today, standing there thinking, what did I get myself into? Oddly enough, that wasn't the last time I had that thought. In fact, everyone seemed to have that thought pop up every now and then. But you know what? When it did, we had 17, 18 friends to remind us, good. Dying from the workout? Good. You're claustrophobic? Afraid of heights? Good. Can't sleep at night because you're having reoccurring fire training dreams? Good. Broke off from searching a maze of a dormitory in D3 all day? Good. Box jumps, burpees, leg day after leg day after leg day? Good. You're over here. Chief, it was a grind, both mentally, physically, but like your man Jocko says, it was a good grind. And for that, we're all walking out of here today so much better than what y'all saw us staggering on day one. So thank you. Thanks to the cadre and supporting staff. All of us are in a great deal of debt to you all, and we'll have to pay it back throughout our careers by showing our passion, commitment, and drive that's been instilled in us since that first day. Today is no doubt a very exciting day for us, and I, for one, think we should celebrate, or deserve to celebrate. But with that being said, we have to bring this excitement that we're feeling now into probation, and really, the rest of our careers. So first, let's not forget the important lessons we've learned here. Like sweat is cold and bullets cause blubbies. No, all joking aside, we have learned or been taught invaluable skills and lessons here, both as individuals and as a team. So let's not forget the basics, where we came from, and how hard we've worked to get where we are today. Let's always be looking out for one another and hold each other accountable and hold ourselves accountable throughout our careers. The training has really just begun for us, and it should never end. With that, let's keep moving, let's keep growing, and let's keep learning and keep striving to be the best we can be for them, ourselves, our families, and each other's families. Academy 22-1, I can't wait to work the next 20 years with y'all. Thank you. So we're going to invite up the instructing cadre, and I'm going to bring up Colby Moose Fairchild to present our class gift to them.
Yeah, so I didn't know I had to have a speech prepared. So yeah, we as a class got this made. My dad did most of the work, pretty much all of it. I kind of sat there like a kid giving my dad a wrench when he works on a car. So yeah, I'd like to thank him. And yeah, here we go.
All right. That was beautiful. Mr. Moose, wherever you're at. Thank you. All right. Next up, presentation of the badges and helmets. So Lieutenant Baldwin, if you come up here. He's going to read the names, and we are going to
First row, go ahead.
So this is how we're going to do it. Chief Shafer on this first round, and then
Chief Rohrback.
Here, the person that's going to do the pinning is going to be next up, and then the recruit will come right here, and I'll be right here. Do the pinning first, so the chief will hand the badge off to the person that's doing the pinning, and then once that's done, shift over, I'll hand the helmet over, and then the recruit and the family member will go around this way. All right? And then we could go ahead and take the mask off for the picture. All right?
Willis Berkshire, penned by his girlfriend, Rachel Sandvig. Peyton Moss, pinned by his father, Randy Moss. No relation. Corey Erickson, pinned by his wife, Melody Erickson. Michael Donahoe, pinned by his grandfather, retired Spokane Deputy Chief Mike Donahoe. Aaron Bellorier, pinned by his father, Pat Bellorier. Kyle Roach, pinned by his father, retired Marinwood Fire Chief Tom Roach. Mallory Haugen, pinned by her husband, Craig Haugen. Colin McEntee, pinned by his wife, Kelly McEntee. Joseph Joey Buckner, pinned by his father, Portland Fire Battalion Chief Dan Buckner. William Will Powers, pinned by his sister, Jordan Powers. Scout Olson, pinned by his mother, Kelly Olson. Zach Turner, pinned by his mother, Miriam Turner. Brady Foyle, pinned by his wife, Emily Foyle. Colby Moose Fairchild, pinned by his great-grandmother, Katie Urbanek. Stephen Holland, pinned by his father, Stephen Holland.
Steve, for like on the first 5 weeks of the 3-day recruit school, very stoic. You know, his face was like this all the time, just like that. Every day, my objective, every day, no matter what kind of chaos was going on in the department, no matter how bad my day was to make him smile. And that was every day. That was my objective. And some of the goofy smiles that would come out for a guy that would hard face so intentionally. Some of the goofy smiles that would come from him were just amazing. Every day, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Jace Piskulik, pinned by his father, Rick Piskulik. Chandler Smiley Powers, pinned by his father, Steve Powers. And Scott Polly, pinned by his mother, Judy Polly.
Okay. Class 22-1. That's it. It's the end of the recruit class. Go do good work. We expect nothing but the best. The citizens expect it. Our brothers and sisters out there in D3 and SFD expect it every single day. And I just can't say how proud I am of everything that you've done over the last 3 or 4 days in recruit school. And continue that good work. I think your reputation is going to precede you, but don't slow it up. Thank you again to the cadre and the training staff. I can't say enough about how much you guys mean to me and how much I thank you for what you guys have done. I just can't say enough. Thank you for the departments for supporting this mission. This mission's really important. Friends and families, thank you. We have some light refreshments outside. Please enjoy them. And thank you.